Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net, Monday the 23rd of June. Thanks again for watching. Now, changes afoot through this week. I've been telling you for some time about the breakdown expected at the end of this week, and it looks as if it's going to be Thursday, Friday that we see some showers. Some showery stuff through the weekend, and then really interesting development in pattern going through towards the middle to the latter stages of next week. I can't help looking at this and thinking this is going to come back to exactly the way the MJO predicted, which is an improved early part of July and then slipping downhill from there on in. We'll take a look at the updated MJO even in just a second. First up, ECMWF. This is the forecast chart for midnight tonight. So this is the forecast chart for midnight on Tuesday. And picking out the ridge over the west of the UK, look, little trough off towards the east. This cold pull down across the west of Iberia. And you'll notice how into Wednesday the ridge is starting to collapse further into Europe. And by Thursday it's virtually gone altogether. It's still being maintained though, still this feed of warm air just pumping its way northwards, still creating this ridge, but we've got this little cut-off trough that then develops during the course of Thursday, and it's going to be that feature that as it zips its way southeastwards, it's going to be bringing some outbreaks of rain across Ireland, across Wales, central southern England, perhaps some showers for the north and west through Thursday. There it is on Friday, centred off the south of Ireland. And then the ECMWF during the course of the weekend just drifts it slowly eastwards through the flow and then taking it off into Europe by the time we're getting into, where are we here? This is Sunday. What's interesting though is that notice that as that cold pool crosses this very warm sea, so the low deepens and we get this more pronounced trough here, look. It links in with other troughs across Europe but becomes more pronounced heading into Sunday. Then the ECMWF develops it as a separate feature off here out towards the east. There it is with the trough. The ridge is through here somewhere, but embedded within it, look, we've got this other cold cut-off. Now that gets intercepted by a secondary trough coming out of Greenland. So we've got a trough off towards the east, we've got a trough off towards the west, we've got higher than normal heights to the north, we've got high heights down to the south, and the jet stream flowing through something like this. So a real complicated setup to kick off July. And in fact, during the 2nd of July, look, we've still got this trough out towards the east, the ridge in between, trough out towards the east as well. Sorry, trough to the west, trough to the east, ridge to the north, and the ridge down to the south as well. The jet stream there really well pronounced, look, flowing through Central Europe. And then holding that way into the 3rd of July as well. So this kind of creeping idea of actually a warm week next week overall, but this gradual breakdown, I think this is all a little bit fast. I suspect this is probably going to be the position on about the 5th. So what about the MJO? What's that picking up on? Well, here we are, look, in phase 5. So there's today. Going through phase 5, look, we get into phase 6 around the 27th. So that's this is from the CFS, remember. So this takes us into phase 6 on the 27th, which is Friday. And then we go through phase 6, picking up phase 8, look here, around about the 7th of July. I think this is a critical time for the forecast. So what do these phases mean? Well, this is a typical phase 5 for June. So this is phase 5 in June. And, well, look at this. Low to the west, low to the east, high to the north, ridge to the south. Does that ring any bells with you? Yep, there it is. Straight on the ECMWF, look, as we've just seen. There it is to the west, to the east, to the north, and to the south. And that was the forecast for 30th of June. So it's a little bit quick, but that's exactly the pattern we would expect to be picking up from phase 5. So it's showing a reasonable start to the CFS. And it may actually be that the ECMWF is perhaps a little bit slow in picking up on that. And just look at this, what a match. Low pressure to the east, to the west, higher than normal heights north, higher than normal heights south. This is phase 6 for June. And, well, I mean, what a match that is showing. So it's picking up on this idea. Remember, phase 6 was taking us through the early part of July, up to around about the 7th of July. And what that would bring, basically, is this cooler north and northwesterly flow down the east coast, perhaps bringing some showers there. But we would get a feed of sort of fine weather, but with some thunderstorms mixed in and fairly mild conditions to warm conditions across many parts of the country. The wind flow probably doing something like this around these systems. So you see, we're picking up quite a warm southwesterly feed across southern areas, more of a cooler north to northwesterly feed across northern and eastern parts, but with sea temperatures so warm to the north and the east of Scotland, it's still remaining generally warm. And as you can hear there, the weather wolf loves the warm weather. So after that then, this is what happens. This is phase 7 for July, and remember, this was around about the 7th of July that we were drifting into phase 7. And just look, ridge out towards the west. There's the big trough through the UK. Ridge towards the east here. So high pressure towards the east, low pressure towards the northwest. That's more unsettled conditions across the British Isles during that period. So this is this slip that I've been telling you about into more unsettled conditions, and the CFS picking up on it from about the 5th, 6th of July onwards, and I wouldn't be arguing with those dates too much. And really then, you know, I think what then happens is that these troughs you see here, of course we've got the one over us here, we've got the one here, these things rotating around the hemisphere, and I think that's what's setting us up for a cooler, more unsettled, not really unsettled, more mixed July, where I think we then struggle to get periods of longer than 2 or 3 days of fine weather, dry weather in a row. So I think you'll agree, remarkable there for how the MJO is matching with our patterns, which builds confidence in the forecast. Of course, I'll keep you updated right the way through here at weatherweb.net. Don't forget, weatherweb.net kept free of charge by you coming back and using the site. That means we can show you more adverts, which means it generates more revenue, which keeps the site free of charge. So thanks for coming back and watching. Please do tell your friends about us. And whatever you're doing, have a great day and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.